Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about our subject analog electronics of electrical third semester. In this subject, there are 5 units, and the first unit deals with semiconductor devices as well as p-n junction diode. Just introduction about your semiconductor devices. Let's start one by one. Yes, because before we start, we know that a material can be divided into three main categories. One is conductors, then semiconductors, and insulators. Any material which have the property of conduction of heat and electricity are known as conductors. What is there in conductors? If we connect any part of any side of conductor to power supply or electricity, the second end will immediately get charge. The movement of electrons are so fast in conductors that the conductions start rapidly. If we study some deeply in this concept, there are two bands. One is conduction band and one is valence band in every material. For case of conductors, the conduction band and valence band are very close to each other. Therefore, electrons can easily jump from valence band to conduction band. Hence, conductors have very high rate of conductivity. Secondly, we have semiconductors. In semiconductors, as its name depicts, that the conduction process occurs but partially. Up to some extent, the electrons jump from valence band to conduction band. This type of material is known as semiconductors, and the common examples for semiconductors are germanium and silicon. The conduction band and valence band are at some distance between each other, and this distance is known as forbidden energy gap. Forbidden energy gap or barrier. This barrier is the minimum potential required for an electron to jump from one band to another so that conduction can take place. Third is insulators. Insulators are simply materials that did not provide any type of conductions. There is no conduction from valence band to conduction band in insulators, and the forbidden energy gap is quite large in case of insulators, and examples are wood, rubber, etc. All these are used as insulators. Now let's start with p-n junction. What is p-n junction? The semiconductor devices are the devices which contain positive charge in extent are known as p-type materials. These are the semiconductors which contain positive charge in large extent. Then we have n-type materials. N-type semiconductors are the conductors which have negative charge carriers in large extent, or we can say the majority charge carriers are electrons in n-type materials, and majority charge carriers are holes in case of p-type materials, and it has the characteristic of passing current only in one direction. Okay. Now the diodes, with the help of diagram, we can be expressed as this. This is a diode in which n-type material and p-type materials are combined to create a diode. In case of symbol, we can draw it as this positive side as anode and negative side as cathode. Okay, and what are the applications of diode? It can be used as rectifier, amplifier, switching circuit, etc. N-type and P-type semiconductors. As we have discussed earlier, the N-type semiconductors are those which have negative charge carriers or free electrons in large extent, and it has a pentavalent impurity added. The doping process or the process of adding impurity in this type of materials causes presence of multiple free electrons. Similarly, if we have p type of electron, then we have if we have a p type of semiconductor, then there are presence of holes in large extent, and we have trivalent impurity in that case. Yes, this is the main part, depletion region. Depletion region or depletion zone is the central part in which there is no conduction. For conductors, this region is 0. It means P and N are very close to each other. It is formed, this depletion region is formed on the combination of electrons and holes. The thickness of depletion region is around 10 raised to power minus 6 meters. And in this depletion region, there is no free electrons. Its width depends upon the type of doping, which type of doping occurs. Heavily doped materials have thin type depletion region. Lightly doped materials have thick type depletion region. When we connect these junctions to external supply, then what will happen? A barrier will create, because this depletion region contains a tightly packed electron hole pairs, and to jump from one side to another side, it requires some potential or some initial energy for conduction. Hence, for germanium it is around 0.3 volt, and for silicon it is around 0.7 volt. Okay, and yes, then we have different modes of operation. When we use a diode and connect the positive side of diode with positive side of battery and negative side of diode with negative side of battery, this type of connection is known as forward bias, because the positive and this positive, this will repel each other, and which causes the movement of ions or majority devices towards depletion region. Similarly here, the N with N, the negative terminal with N type will cause movement of majority carriers towards depletion region, and this will cause the depletion region to contract. The depletion region will shrink, and whenever this depletion region shrink, it will cause conduction. Okay, and अब इसके दूसरे इफेक्ट में आ जाइए, रिवर्स बायसिंग में. When there is a reverse biasing, the positive side of diode is connected with negative side of battery, and negative side of diode is connected with positive side of battery, and we know that positive and negative attracts each other. Hence, majority carriers will attract towards battery from these two sides. It will cause the depletion region to expand, and hence in reverse biasing, the conduction because of majority charge carriers did not occurs, but the conduction because of minority charge carriers occurs. This is the main point in case of reverse biasing. This is the graph for forward biasing and reverse biasing. We can see this is the minimum potential required to start conduction to have the flow of current, and this minimum potential is known as barrier potential. Similarly, in reverse biasing, there is breakdown voltage. Whenever the minority charge carriers start conduction, the current will rise slowly, but after some time the voltage, the breakdown of voltage occurs, which causes the diode to have a position like breakdown. So this is the graph, or this is the behavior of a diode in forward, and this is the forward bias characteristics, and this is the reverse bias characteristics. Hope you have understand this, and we will continue further.